very important message. Please hold for a very important message. Please hold for a very important message.
Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Hey, Foodiegang, what is going on? What is going on? You are tuned in to Time for Tea at 9:07. Good eats. Let me get that banner rolling across the screen. Today we're gonna get into some mess, y'all. It is definitely time for tea. We got our tea here. We got chamomile, honey, and vanilla tea. But hit the like button on your way in. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Support the channel. Support the channel by sending a super chat, super sticker. Always hit the PayPal. But today, I have created a goal. Let me look at the goal and make sure we're right. Okay. If we get 5 super chats, we will do a barbecue today. And let me look at something really quick. 5 till super chats, which I believe is $5 or higher. If we get 5 super chats, $5 or higher, we are going to do a barbecue today. Now, today we're gonna get into some mess. Yesterday we was up here talking about the YouTuber beef that turned deadly, unfortunately. But today we're gonna talk about Kevin Gates, a clown who can't keep a wife, divorced after 52 days. And we're gonna talk about Ja Rule trolling 50 Cent. As you guys have probably already heard, 50 Cent's baby mama was on. She took the stand for the Diddy trial, and on the stand, she revealed some very juicy detail, right? And then we also learned. Oh, let me show y'all the TV. Then we also learned that she was working for Diddy. There we go. Chamomile, honey, vanilla. She was working for Diddy, and then because 50 Cent is always trolling, always running his mouth. Everybody was so happy that they finally got something on 50, but you know who was happier? Ja Rule. Look, if you run your mouth about everybody, just be prepared that one day when they find something else on you, they gonna run their mouth too. So making my tea here, I'm gonna let this see. But yes, 5 super chats, $5 or higher. We're gonna do a barbecue today. Y'all, we have been having up and down weather in Alaska, but today and this weekend, we're gonna have some good weather. So put some money on the table and we can do the barbecue. Okay, let me play this video for you guys so that y'all know where we at. Here we go.
Please hold for a very important message.
Okay, so I mixed my tea together. We're gonna let this seep for a little bit over here, and it says 2 grams to give a damn. All right, I got 3 drinks here. I got my water, my chamomile, honey, and vanilla tea. I got a little drink right. So, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in, and let me. Okay, we are definitely gonna have to do the disclaimer during this show. Because what we gotta talk about is gonna make somebody mad. So, let me be honest with y'all. I really did not know who Brittany Ringer was. I have followed Kevin Gates back when he had Out the Mud and he was just getting his start. So I have really seen him become a star, a superstar. And there's a lot of things that Kevin has been saying and doing that I really don't like. And if you remember him from Out the Mud, like the beginning days, it's not like this. I don't know what's going on with Kevin, but Kevin blinked twice. But a lot of people speculate. Hey, Renee, how are you doing? A lot of people feel like, what do they say when you get famous, you sell your soul? I don't know, but ever since Kevin has obtained this fame and this level of stardom where everyone around the world knows his name, he just acting crazy. He's making some crazy statements, doing a lot of stuff. But recently, he married Brittany Renner, which is weird because where is Drake at? What's going on with Kevin? But recently, he married Brittany Renner. And she has converted to Islam, wearing her hijab and all that stuff. So when they got together, people were like, "What?" It was like, make this make sense. When where is Drika at? Why haven't we heard from Drika? So he married Brittany Renner. It was just found out that they divorced after 52 days. Okay, disclaimer. The views expressed are those of individuals, not 907 goodies. While we aim for accuracy, we cannot guarantee completeness or reliability. Use the information at your own risk. So we like, Kevin, what's going on? That's what I'm saying. Everybody's talking about Brittany Ringer and that's all cool and all stuff. But I'm here for Kevin. Kevin, I am your number one supporter, and I don't know what's going on with you. You made some comments that I don't like. You made some statements. He's just been moving different, wearing feathers in his head, doing a lot of weird stuff. He's just not the same anymore from how he was when he first came out. And I'm going to be honest, we see that honestly from a lot of people. I don't know what it is, but once they get that money and that stardom, they just start looking weird. They got an empty look in their eyes, in my opinion. This is what I think. And so we're gonna talk about Kevin Gates. We're gonna talk about Brittany Renner's. Brittany Renner's was on VH1 Basketball Wives, and the men do not like Brittany. But I'm here for Kevin, okay? Because Kevin, you the one that I know. Um, Also, we're gonna talk about Ja Rule 50 Cent. This is what I say: when you run your mouth all the time, you need to be careful that you don't have any skeletons in your closet. You need to be careful that you don't have anything going on. And y'all, people was waiting for something to happen with 50, and it did. So we're gonna get into that. It's time for TF97 goodies. I'm gonna put my headphones on. I'm gonna pull the content up, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna sip our tea, and we're gonna do what we do. Hold on, let me fix this. I have not eaten breakfast yet, and I actually have learned to start just bringing my breakfast here, so I'm not too late to start bringing it here. And I'm just gonna eat it on camera. I got some Greek yogurt, a banana, and a granola bar. I got all my drinks. We got a couple of hours. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up and share their thoughts on any of these stories, or if you have any information to add to the conversation, shout out to the Foodie Gang because y'all be telling me stuff I don't even know. Y'all be helping the most with the investigation. Y'all be having fast. Oh, and yesterday, I'm going to drop that link too. Let me drop that one yesterday. Okay, yesterday we had a really, really great live stream. Just fix my hair, y'all. Okay. It's after a while you just gotta roll on with what your hair looks. It's like, what it is what it is. Okay, but yesterday was a really good live stream. And I'm pretty sure that we're gonna talk about Sin City Manny and Finny the Legend again because it is a wild story and it is just beginning. Occurred on Sunday. 17 people in here, but y'all not saying nothing. What's up with that? Why y'all not saying nothing? Why y'all just looking at me? But y'all better hit the like button and go ahead and wipe your feet at the dough. Oh, and tomorrow we're gonna talk about more about the LA riots and protests. We have to put that and in there because it's not everybody isn't bad. So this is what we talked about yesterday. And then let me share my screen with you guys. We're going to get into the Kevin Gates situation first. Hold on, I got a whole bunch of windows up. Okay. I kind of like this video a lot because he kind of goes into the backstory of who Brittany Renner is. And this is why everybody has so much to say about Brittany Renner. Hey, Big Bad Bull, what's going on? What's going on? You know what? I was wondering why wasn't nobody talking to me. I was like, is my chat working? Chatty. I got that chat. He said, Big Bad Bull said, I just got here. What's good at 9:07? Good eats. We are chilling. We are chilling. We just getting here too. It's been 12 minutes. Uh, we're going to talk about Kevin Gates, a clown who can't keep a wife, divorced after 52 days. Ja Rule trolls 50 Cent. The reason why I call Kevin the clown is because Kevin be talking so tough. He be talking like he know everything. He just so smart and all that. Okay, well then where are your results, sir? And then I was watching this video where he had the nerve, the audacity to comment on somebody else's marriage and talk about that person's wife and how it can never be him. And it's like they've been married for years. Kevin, leave them alone. You need to stay out people's business. But the social media, everybody gonna be everybody business, so we are too. We are too. Okay, let me get this fair use. So he's gonna kind of go into the backstory of Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner, very controversial person, doing a lot of weird stuff for clout. And then she just turned Muslim one day, which um shouldn't be a bad thing, but it is. Because how she did it, and then it's like now you're married for 52 days. We're kind of looking at you like, why are you playing with religion?
To just be like used up by men. And that came from a lack of self-worth. I did not understand my value that I was born with. I didn't. And I gave, again, people look at sex differently, but sex is spiritual unification. At the end of the day, I don't care how you spin it. It's spiritual.
For women.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, for women.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. For women, it's spiritual unification. And people that I've shared my body with, when I think about my list, it's repulsive because they didn't deserve it.
there's really nothing wrong with what she is saying, but everything is not for the internet. That's just it. This is not for the internet, and really it's not everybody else's business also. That's the only problem with you talking to the internet. The internet don't really care.
But that was an outcome of me discounting my worth. Mm-hmm. And it's disgusting. I hate even having that spiritual tie in any type of way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would absolutely change sexually how I move around.
A few moments later.
Have faith in your dreams, and someday your rainbow.
And then everybody was mad because she did all that stuff. She was sitting on people's laps, talking crazy, and then you turn around, she got her hijab on. So they mad about that. And it's like, dang, I feel like y'all gonna be mad no matter what. Let's just be real here. Y'all just don't like her. And that's what they do to most women, or not most women, but some women. They don't like you, and you're gonna find a problem with everything you do. So people were mad about how all this worked out. Hey, Drip, how are you doing? What's up, Drip? But when you don't like somebody, you're going to be mad. Like everything that they do. You are not going to like anything they do because you don't like them.
Will come shining through. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep believing, a dream that you wish will come true.
Let's look at how it all started.
Hi everyone, my name is Brittany Renner, and I'm here.
Okay, so this is back before she was wearing her hijab, before she was or considered herself to be Muslim, and all that stuff. She actually interviewed Kevin Gates, and this woman, she was on Basketball Watch, it sounds like, and pretty much just social media. What do they call it? IG model. And Kevin Gates, he ain't got no shirt on. He wearing no feathers in his head. He's a weird person now. I'm so mad about this because I used to like Kevin Gates. But now Kevin Gates to me is very weird. A lot of the statements that he makes are very questionable in my opinion.
With the one and only Kevin Gates. How you feeling?
Amazing. Hey, thank you. Hey, this I don't care if you get this on camera. I just want to say thank you for being an amazing person, always living in your truth. You inspire others silently. They probably don't want to admit it, but you inspire me. Thank you so much.
And thank you. Let me tell you something. So my first Rolling Loud I did.
Look, Kevin Gates do be having these women, and I don't know if Drika is okay with what's going on. Well, she got to be. She got to be for that money. She got to be okay because ain't no way he out here moving the way he do without her knowing. She got to be okay for the money. And remember that song he had, Super General, where he remixed it with Kodak Black's beat from, I think it was called Super General. He remixed the Gremlin beat. And in that song, he actually admitted that Drika was allegedly, told y'all it's gonna be messy there. We're gonna talk about who's sleeping well, who doing what. He was saying that Drika was allegedly sleeping with a personal trainer. And remember, they were going through a whole divorce. So even though Kevin is so weird to me now, and I'm really upset about this. But let's get back into the video, and I'm gonna drop that link.
In 2019 is when I first saw you.
Yeah.
And you were actually, Will and I worked together, and you were the only person that I wanted to see the entire festival. And today in 2022, it still rings true. You were the only person I wanted to see.
Look, They are both very thirsty for each other, okay? Very thirsty for each other. And they both, just from watching this clip, they wanted to hook up. They wanted to be together. Even though at this time Kevin may have been married to somebody else, they wanted to hook up. And you can kind of see like the sexual chemistry in the interview. And you can see it. But y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, support the channel. We get 5 super chats, $5 each. We're gonna do a barbecue today. Yes, 5 super chats, $5 each. We're gonna do a barbecue today. Okay, let's go. I'm dropping that link. I'm gonna pin it to the top of the chat.
Did you like what you saw?
I actually loved it. I actually love what I'm seeing now.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord. All right, so what do I do? Do I wave? Do I smile? What's up, Chad?
Just be yourself, man. Yeah, I give you a tour of the crib.
Here's a
Look, they wanted to smash off from the get-go. That video, that clip that you saw where Kevin Gates walked in looking like a leprechaun with a briefcase, that was on DDG's live. Let me go back a little bit.
Lord. All right, so what?
Yeah. Oh, Kevin, what's going on? Why are you wearing this? You look like a leprechaun with a briefcase and them high ass pants. So this is DDG's live. He's also a live streamer. Kevin Gates came into the live, and on this live, he had Brittany Renner. She's in the back. This was the first time that we kind of seen them together, I believe. And they kind of like, this was a big story. But Kevin Gates is out here looking cray, high water pants, looking like a leprechaun with a briefcase. This is DDG's live. He's a live streamer. And I watched this clip. And one thing I would say is Kevin Gates looked so awkward. Because this is being streamed live, and DDG, the way he does it is like he has cameras that follow them every step in the house. And Kevin Gates takes the stage and is a rapper, right? He's not used to the 24/7 cameras everywhere you walk. So he looks so awkward. Brittany looks crazy. But they knew that this was being live streamed to thousands of people. So this is like their coming out party. I don't know why Kevin Gates has this outfit on. I'm not sure. And it makes me mad. Like, Kevin, what? Y'all paid thousands of dollars for stylists, and you coming out here looking like this. Give me the money. Give me the money, because I have you looking better than this.
What do I do? Do I wave? Do I smile? What's up, Chad?
Just be yourself, man. Yeah, I give you a tour of the crib.
Here's a brother who has been trying to free himself from his past. He's been trying not to be the gangster, the shooter, the whatever he was before. And what happens is a woman sees you in your piece like that, and the favorite thing for a Jezebel to do is find a man who's in his piece and act like she wants to be a part of that piece.
I'm having it. You talking about my wife? You talking about this girl right here?
So he wants to be in his piece. He is coming out publicly with Brittany Renner as his wife. I don't know where the heck Drake is at. Drake is probably off with the personal trainer somewhere. She's probably like, I don't even care. He gone anyway. Because Kevin Gates is like, if you're trying to change your image, I don't know if this... Y'all need to stop playing these games, but okay.
I always wanted to do that.
And I'll give it to you.
Look, he had the clown in the background because Kevin Gates is a clown now. Like, I don't know what's going on. And 52 days and you're considering yourself to be Muslim. Kevin Gates, stop playing with everybody.
Now, I played that just to show you just how lost a man can be. He's sitting singing R&B songs and behaving as if he's found him one. But here's the thing. He believes that a woman can change into what Brittany Renner has become. She can't.
Kevin is definitely a clown. We got Drip in the building. What's going on, Drip? What's going on?
I'm okay.
Oh, you doing good today? Have you heard about the Brittany Renner divorce after 52 days? They're both
Yeah,
considering
I
themselves
heard
to be
that.
Muslim.
But she claimed to be Muslim now. I mean, to be honest, it is what it is. She, whatever she got going on, that's between her and God, not me, man. I know what I think, though, but I'm not gonna say that. Because look, I'm not gonna call out to mean other people's sin. Because me myself still can commit worse sins than the actual person, though. So I'm not gonna say too much on that type of thing, though, because it's actually true. Though. If I can give perspective on whatever I can speak on, I ain't gonna actually, judge her like that, though. Don't mean I'm for her. I ain't against her either, though. So
Yeah, it's just an interesting story, and I am more so kind of like upset with Kevin because when Kevin first came out as a rapper, he had a whole different image. And like I said in the video, it seems like he's trying to clean up his image and kind of change. But
wait,
nobody can
change
take
it for the worst, basically. In which way, when you mean by change, though? When he came out originally, was he more like hardcore street rapper, basically, though?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes, he
I
was.
figured, though. I figured he was a hardcore street rapper, though, and then he basically became Muslim, though. And he was just basically having the same image, though, but he's more Muslim, though. So basically, he has references to his faith and stuff like that, and he'll practice his faith in private, though. So, when it comes to some of these guys, when they actually embrace the faith, they just basically do it in private, though. They're not too outward. I mean, look, I know the lifestyle as well, though, with some of them, no. And when they're Muslim, they don't show. Another lifestyle they present to the public may not make you not think they're Muslim, no, but they are, though, is just that they privately do. I know you should do that publicly, too, but you're supposed to actually keep that to yourself and actually work with me because the true struggle is not what's with outside. The true struggle is within, though. You're supposed to face the demon within, though, not with what it's outside only. Because it's not just the enemy outside, it's also the enemy inside, too. So you have to, some of them know and actually do that. They actually, are self-aware of their actions, and some of them literally tell you, though, don't look up to me. I'm trying to work on myself, though. I appreciate your support and trying to actually look up to me, but find a real role model, though, because that's that, though. So some of them literally are telling you, look, we're very self-aware of what we're doing, and we don't want you to follow that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and that makes a lot of sense. And I don't think the problem is changing. Everybody can change. Like it's a real world. People are supposed to change. No one should be the same from when, they first started life. Like there's nothing wrong with change. But when you do it publicly, we can comment on what's going on. And I
That I
don't
can
like
agree
the
to.
that we've seen from Kevin. And some of the things that
Oh,
he
okay.
said.
I know what you mean, though. Sorry, I was just about to say this. I know what you mean. I kind of
Mhm.
agree with you. I'm not defending him, and I'm not against him either.
Yeah.
I'm just leaving him to his own devices, though, because that man's responsible for that man is responsible for whatever he got going in life. Whatever anyone says, though, that's up to them what they think or say. I'm not going to deny anything, though, man. I mean, look, the way I see it and everything like that, that is bare weird, though. I'll be real with you. That is weird, though. So to be honest, I don't care.
Drip, you're so funny. Um, Kevin is looking kind of like lost in the statements. The things that he does very weird. Some of the statements about other men. I saw this one video where he bought his friend a car and just made some crazy statements. I can't even repeat them to y'all. But let's get back
Yeah.
into this
Wait, do you
video.
have a clip of that, though? Do you have a clip of that? Because I'd like to know. I've not heard that.
Of,
Like,
of,
I
of
mean,
the car.
Yeah, I'm not gonna deny that though, but I want to hear the clip also though. I want to actually see what you mean, no. Not going to deny what you're saying, no, but I just want to see for myself, you
You want
know.
to see the statements that he is making. Okay, I will play this video and I will look for a video of some of the crazy stuff Kevin has said. I know somebody has clipped it up and put it together. So we're gonna get back into this video and then I'll look for clips in the meantime.
When you're in this state, you must avoid women. You have to rebuild yourself into you're emotionally destitute in this space. You have to build yourself until you're emotionally strong, until you're emotionally astute again, which means that your emotions aren't guiding you. Your emotions aren't leading you. Because when your emotions are leading you, your emotions are deceiving you. And you must not allow that to happen.
My spirit had been calling me to speak on this topic. I wasn't even going to speak on this, but this is like dead serious right now. And I know who need to hear this. You. Don't never let nobody tell you you need to go back to a situation that wasn't serving you if they wasn't there to see the situation and how it was playing out. So when somebody tell me, man, you need to go back and do this and go back and do that, I was on drugs. My skin wasn't glowing. I wasn't working out. I was unhealthy. I was depressed. I wasn't happy. My cameraman told me something that made me, I said, man, send me a picture with my mouth closed. He say, it's hard, bro, because you just been smiling so much lately. I'm happy. On the inside, I'm happy because I'm close to God. The closer you get to God, the more you have. The further away you get from God, the less you have. So I don't care what man say. Man don't make, hey, my creator woke me up. My creator is pleased with me. I did the right thing in the eyes of God. So fuck who don't like how I'm living right now. And fuck who don't like how you living. Do what serves you. And you owe nobody no explanation for being great. We in the great divide. You either vibrate low or you choose to vibrate high. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Now, I'll also tell y'all this. When you hear a man say, you do what serves you. Nah, bro, you do what serves the Most High. Blessings don't come from you creating them. Blessings come from you using the gifts that God gave you, but also living a life that's pleasing to the Most High. That's where blessings come from. Not by doing what serves you. You see what doing what serves you will get you. He's the poster child for what doing what serves you gets you.
We got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant because then
when he served himself, he came up with Brittany Renner, a woman who had just recently claimed she converted to Islam. Let me tell you something, bro. You don't make a conversion easily like that.
Trip, now you're Muslim, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What is do you see a lot of people convert? What is the process?
I mean, it is kind of processed. I mean, hold on, actually, though. I know what it is, though, but actually, though, let me actually, check as well, though, just to actually be, just to verify as well, just so I'm not spreading any misinformation,
Okay, that's perfectly fine. And I did find a video of like some of the wild things that Kevin has said. We're gonna play that later on. Right after this
Okay.
video.
All right, I found it though. It says right here to convert to Islam, one must sincerely state the Shahada declaration of faith. There is no God but God, and Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the messenger of God. This act is a signifying belief in oneness of God and the prophethood of the prophet. And that's the first pillar though, I think. Hold on, let me check as well. Okay, there's no formal rituals though, other than there's no other formal rituals or process required for conversion. So basically, you have to hold on. You have to embrace the 5 pillars as well, and I think reading the Quran and stuff like that. And so I don't know. I'm just trying to actually. I'm trying to look. I'm born though, so it's a little different though. I'm trying to actually think. I get you on what you're trying to say, but I'm born and raised though, and I'm not. I'm just trying to actually think. I'm trying to look for.
Okay, and Drip is telling us, Drip is Muslim. He was born Muslim, and he is telling us what it takes to convert. Because some people are born into the religion, and some people will convert later on. Look, there's nothing wrong with converting, and you have to do what makes you happy. But I just would hope
Yeah,
that
but in my faith, though, we
converting
don't call it conversion, we call it reversion, though, because in some way, though, in some way, because it actually means the submission to the will of God, though. So basically, what you're supposed to do is like you're reverting, though. It's just that, so that's what they say in some way. I'm not saying that everyone's a Muslim, but I'm saying the way it is, the way you're born, the way you made, everyone's like that, though. It's just that when they get into the world, they're born in their different circumstances, different paths, and stuff like that. In a very simplified way, it's just to convert. It's more like they're reverting, though. That's just how it is, though. Call it reversion, not
oh, okay. I know here we say converted, but it makes sense why you guys say converted or reverted. And I would say a lot of words kind of change meaning, or we say things differently. But I'm glad that you're here from someone to tell us, what it is like. But yes, Drip was born that way. Renner converted. Kevin Gates sounds like he converted as well, which is nothing wrong with that. And he also feels like because he is closer to God, he's happy, right? That's all
Okay.
that
Yeah.
matters.
Wait, they accepted the 5 pillars as well. It's not just basically like, look, you accept the 5 pillars, though, you recite the scripture, and you basically accept God, the way you're supposed to accept them. It's actually the way you move also, though. Because your true faith is not by your tongue. Your true faith is by your actions, though. And I'm trying to actually move that way. I'm trying to emulate how the Prophet moved or how his companions moved and how God wants me to live life. I'm trying to actually, learn the simple basic stuff, First learn to pray properly, read properly, learn how to actually treat other people, learn to basically move accordingly in life and stuff like that. I'm simple understanding type of way. Even though I know a lot, but you have to know simple way though before you go to that deep type of thing. So I'm giving you a very simple answer though. You can actually research this in your own time. More detailed though. I can give you a simplified answer though, and I'm being honest with you.
Oh yeah, Drip, you're honest person, so I know everything that you say, is honest. Is that you're coming from a good place. You don't have like ill intentions or anything like that. I'm glad you're here to kind of shed some more light on this because we see a lot of people commenting on it. And you're right, we really don't. We cannot judge. All we can do is look and assume
Yeah,
from the outside.
and also
But it makes
this is
sense when you
right.
said about private journey, not necessarily needing to put everything out here and
Yeah, so you're supposed to practice privately, but if you want to basically, study and basically spread the faith, that's one thing, though. If you want to share your journey, but actually just, talking about your journey or sharing it is one thing. You're not supposed to show it, though, because it's called the evil eye for a reason. Because the evil eyes for a reason, because when people see what you do, that evil eye will actually see all of that and that type of energy that will come to you and stuff like that, though. So yes, sharing a journey though, or talking about no, sorry. Let me rephrase it. Take that back. I'm trying to actually not spread any misinformation. You know what I mean? I know I'm very honest though, but sometimes we have to be careful what we say though, man. So let me be real right here. So
amen,
basic.
amen. You look, Drip got more sense than a lot of y'all.
Yeah, because like, I'm not a sheikh, I'm not a pastor, and I'm not a scholar. I'm just basically a born Muslim who knows the law, and I'm just spreading something based on my experience and the type of knowledge I possess right now. But there are people though who have more knowledge though, and it's best you actually, research this in your own time and take time though. And also just, I suggest when you do that, first find the simple basic fundamentals of what it is and then go into that type of stuff. Then you'll actually understand things though in that type of way. That's the best way. Trust me, it'll literally blow your mind if you do that. I know from experience myself, being born in it and, going like that. I know from experience. So, anyways, in a simple video, is like, look, it's one thing talking about it. One thing about like when I mean by share, you basically like explain what your journey is, but you're not supposed to publicly show what you're doing or publicly show your actions though of what you're doing it like that though. You know what I mean? When you publicly show your faith and stuff like that, you're supposed to show how you treat people and how you move accordingly in society, respecting the law. But you're not supposed to go around, doing that though. You're not supposed to go around doing that type of thing. Because that's actually, you're not doing it for God no more. You're doing it to actually please other people. And I'm just saying, not just basic in a very simple, basic way. And I'm not trying to spread no misinformation. So to everyone else on the replay, what I say, do take what I say, though, if you want. Do take what I say, but also do your own research because this is a simple understanding of how to explain it. But if you want a full detail type of thing, go research it in your own time. This is just a no to people on the replay. All right.
Drip, you're right about it. Or thank you for sharing that because you were, like you said, you are a born Muslim. It seems like everything that they have been doing has been public. Um, and that could be because they're public figures. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
But
public figures is
when
one
you
thing. I
open
understand
it
that, like,
up
their
to the
lifestyle.
public, yeah.
I understand their lifestyle
When you
don't show
open
that,
it up,
though, but they're on a tough.
okay.
Sorry, I
Go
understand
ahead,
their
Drip.
public.
You're fine. Go ahead, Drip.
Okay, hold on. Let me actually think for a minute. Okay, so basically, okay, I get it. The public figures and this type of thing happened, though. But basically, though, whatever your life was before you became Muslim, basically, when you become Muslim, you basically you get a clean slate as a new Muslim, though. When you're new Muslim, though, you reverted, slash converted, though, and whatever your life was before that, though, you get a clean slate. But after that, though, when you're new Muslim and you're trying to figure things out, whatever you do afterwards though when as a Muslim who's being a Muslim who reverted and stuff like that, after that you're fully responsible for that when you actually become like that longer period of time. And you're held
Oh, okay.
responsible after that. So basically when you're a new Muslim, it's okay though, you're trying to figure stuff out, you're trying to learn, and whatever you did in the past, I mean, I understand what people's like, and it's not easy to forget. It's not about trying to forget. You get a new clean slate. I ain't defending her. I'm not for her, and I'm not against her, man. I'm just keeping it on. I'm keeping it real, though.
Yeah, I am just looking in from the outside. I'm more so I don't really know Brittany Renner and I never really did. I'm
Me
talking about
neither.
Kevin. Because Kevin is the one I grew up listening to from Out the Mud, Satellites back in the day. And I'm more so on the rapper. But people are upset because, like I said, she's a public figure. She has these clips out here, and that's the thing about oversharing on the internet. These clips live forever, and so people feel like she just did this to kind of clean the slate. I don't know. We will never
Wait,
know.
that's what I'm trying to say also. I'm not going to. I don't know too much though, and that's not between me and her. That's between me and God. And I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. I can only say what I can think. What I know, I can speak on what I speak on, but I'm not gonna say too much though. Cause me myself though, if I actually did what I did though, like these people who do that though, what they don't realize is though the same they will become in the same situation though as her at some point. I'm not saying though like, I ain't wishing nothing on nobody though. But like when, you get people call out who demean other people's sin and pretend to be so innocent, but they're not innocent. They're actually harami. They're basically full blown, literally they're not innocent. They just basically pretend to be like that, and everything gets exposed though. And I'm not wishing now nobody, not stating that though. I'm just being honest though. That's why I'm not saying too much on that though when it comes to her. And also with him though as well, he's been Muslim for a few years. So all I'm gonna say is that's between him and God. But also the way he moves though, man is responsible for what he's got going on. And if I had to keep it honest, in my opinion or slash perspective, I feel like he weird though right now, man. Because it looks like, look, I understand you got so much money, but at what cost, man? What cost?
Yeah, and Rip, let me ask you this, because I'm not sure. Do Muslims typically get divorced? Is
They
that
do.
something that's common?
It can be, yeah, it depends though. Everyone's different though. Muslims do get divorced though. Divorce is actually allowed in Islam. No, it's just that it's not really advised as much to do it though, but depending on certain circumstances though, or if they feel like though, two cannot work it out, you know, and certain circumstances though, then yes, you can get divorced though in Islam. Muslims do get divorced. It's just that different circumstances. It's just majority or most people just prefer to stay with that person they're with and work it out. And I'm just saying everyone's different though. Just like for example, both my parents, Muslim, everything like that. They just choose to stay together though, because they just feel like that's what's best for them. They'll just do their thing, but at the same time though, they got love is there, but at the same time they're doing their own thing, more like a coexisting thing though. I'm just saying that everyone's different though, so I cannot, we're not all the same though, in any faith, man.
Yeah, I was
And
just kind of wondering about that, and
yeah, I
do you
guess
feel some
another
type of way
reason
about
people
that?
divorce you as well. Say if I guess that no, there's multiple other reasons, but say also that if you cannot satisfy your wife, and if you cannot satisfy the wife though, then she can divorce you though. And also though, when you actually do divorce, it's both a spiritual and legal process. But you're supposed to do those. Yes, you sign the paper though, but spiritually like that. So you're supposed to break that though. You're supposed to actually recite. You're supposed to say it 3 times though. I divorce you. The guy's supposed to say I divorce you. I divorce you 3 times though. And when you do that though, the spiritual thing though is finished. And then when you
Oh
sign the paper.
wow!
So it's both a legal and a spiritual.
Oh wow! And then I don't. She said something about waiting 90 days before the divorce is finalized. I don't know if that was on the American side. But is that anything to do with being Muslim? Have you ever
I
heard of
think
that, or is that
probably though, but I'm going to have to actually research and learn that more though. Good question though.
okay?
Right? Good question, but I don't know too much on that though. I know I'm born and I should know more though, but look, I'm even on my own journey to actually learn more though. I learn more in life. I know a lot, but at the same time, no, I'm trying to learn the simple fundamentals first, simple basic things first. Learn to pray, learn to basically recite properly, learn to, move accordingly, all that type of stuff. And that's just how it is. I'm on my own type of journey as well when it comes to that though. It's like about the knowledge thing as well. I can study and learn all that, but I have to actually study the basics first, then move on to the other thing. Trust me though, when you do all of that so quickly, literally you're gonna blow your mind though. Literally blow it.
Yeah, and then with her, that could have been on the American side. So I'm not sure if that's the American side, the courts, or something to do with her being Muslim. But I thought I would ask you to see like what is she talking about? She said she gotta wait 90 days. But let's get back into this video. You guys subscribe to Drips or Young Rias's YouTube channel. The link is in the chat. Let's get back into the video and let's see what else is going on
Okay,
here.
hold on. Let me actually Google that.
Okay, Drip. And then I'll play this video while you Google that.
Of 2012, I joined for 2 reasons: validation and male attention. And now that I no longer need either of those things, I am developing a new relationship with just social media itself. So my posting has been a bit inconsistent. I've been Muslim for 5 months and I love it here. Haven't had a drink in 6 months. Haven't had sex in 8 months. And I changed my number 4 months ago. So if you went green, now you know what.
Sorry, I found it.
This has been a really
Okay, Drip. And a lot of people feel like he kind of is trolling here. All right, Drip.
I found it says yes, after Islamic divorce talaq, there is a waiting period called Ida, which is generally 3 lunar months, though about 89, 90 days for a woman who is childbearing and not pregnant. This period is to ensure absence of pregnancy and allows the couple time for reflection and potential reconciliation. The Ida period is not universally observed, and the rules vary depending on the country and the school of Islamic law.
Okay, so Brittany Renner was telling the truth. The 90 days that she has to wait is on the Muslim side. It has nothing to do with America. People are kind of speculating that this is not a legal marriage, but like you said, it could be spiritual. Because they
Yeah,
say it's
because
not a marriage, he's already married to somebody else.
Yeah, but
Which
look, Muslims can marry 4 times. Muslims can marry 4 wives, but then at the same time, no, like when you actually marry for a wife, though, you're supposed to ask permission from the first wife to if you want second wife as well, though. And there's a likely chance that it can happen or it won't happen, though. And if you're actually able to do 4 wife, though, or second wife, whatever, though, you're supposed to actually do justice between them, though. Treat them all equally. You're supposed to provide for them. You're supposed to be rich, and you're supposed to actually provide for them. Each 4 of them, give them four. You're supposed to have 4 or 5 house for a reason, and don't keep them in the same house because it's for the peace and stuff like that, though. So basically, they'll give them, and you're supposed to actually divide your time and actually treat them all equally. It's called doing justice, though. When you actually have 4 wives, so you could marry 4 wives if you wanted to, but I doubt the person that he was married to would allow that.
is that Kevin Gates made a statement saying he only wanted one wife because it'd be too complicated. I would say this though: we as humans change our mind.
Yeah,
Nothing is wrong with that, but you need to come out here and address that your statement before is changed. You know what I'm saying? And when you don't, that's okay, but it's gonna leave people on the outside looking like, what? We start
yeah,
to get kind of confused and not believe your word.
Yeah, so basically, though, when it comes to these types of marriages, where you're supposed to do a spiritual marriage, but then you're also supposed to do a legal marriage also. So you're supposed to put a civic marriage also, though. So you sign the legal papers, but to make it legal in the country that you stay, and then also a spiritual marriage, as well. So then, God recognized that as well. So you're supposed to do both, you're supposed to do both of them, though, because the whole point of the faith is to actually respect the laws of the land. But then unless though those laws though aren't actually, if it's to basically oppress or abuse though, then that's a different story. You don't have to follow that, but basically general laws rules you're supposed to generally follow. So if it's stated though you're supposed to do it like that type of process though, then yes, you're supposed to actually follow those types of land. You're supposed to follow those types of rules anyway. So that's just a very simplified answer to give you, though, because also that's just what I'm trying to tell everyone else to do your research and stuff like that, though. And yes, take what I gotta say because me as a Muslim, I'm like that, though. But at the same time, do some research as well because I could be wrong in some way, or I might learn. I need to learn more or study it, and I'm not trying to spread misinformation. So.
Yes, and I always tell the foodie gang that anything that you see online, do your research. Like Drip is saying, don't just take one thing and then believe it. But let me show y'all what I'm eating for breakfast before we get back into the video. I got a banana here, granola bar, and Greek yogurt. If I would have ate it before I got here, I would have been late, Drip. So I brought it on camera. But let's get back into this video, and we're hearing Brittany Renner talk from her car, and she's talking about why she reverted / converted to Muslim and the differences in her life. So let's
Okay.
go.
I mean, but look, if that's what she chose, though, I'm happy for her if she chose the faith. But after that, though, she's responsible for that, though. Don't mean I'm not claiming her. That's what I said. I'm not for her and I'm not against her, though. I'm just basically sitting on the fence, though, basically. Because look, it's not between me and her. It's between me and God, and I'm being real honest about that. I'm the honest type person. I'm a terrible liar, though. I'll be real with you. I know it's not good to lie, and I'm not supposed to lie, but you know what we as humans have a tendency to do? You know that, we as humans, we do lie, though. Be real, though, even as honest we can be, though, there is times we're going to lie, and I'm a terrible liar.
We don't know if he lying, she lying, or they lying. I don't know, but we're gonna talk about it. And I'll tell y'all some of Kevin Gates' statements after we play more of this video. Let's go.
Beautiful purification process for me of the mind, heart, body, and soul, and an opportunity for me to meet myself deeper. What I have discovered is how deserving I have always been and am. Even with wearing the hijab, trusting so much so, and who is meant to see me will see me for the right reasons. I have been filming the last few months.
I want to say
If you know, you know.
quick.
Pause it. Yeah,
Okay. So basically, like what she's saying, okay, that's good for her, but also the wearing the hijab is one thing, though, but your true faith is within your heart. Your true faith is within your heart, though. Like basically, your heart is your true faith, whether you have it on or not, though. And when you wear it, though, yes, when you wear it, yes, that's your dedication to God, and I'll give you that, though. But it's not just a dress code only; it's also a way of life. For it's not just a way of life also, though. It's also a form of empowerment also. I see why, though. And I'm always gonna, I don't play when it comes to that, though. When I see other people, who make fun of that, I don't play, though, man. I'm just gonna be very nice when I say it, but I don't play that, though. I'm gonna defend the Muslim sisters no matter what, man. Because look, I got love for them. Anyways, though, I get what she's saying, though. But at the same time, true faith is within your heart as well. And also,
I get what you're saying. It's not on the what you're wearing. It's more than that.
It's more than that. And also take your time, though, as well, to actually take time for yourself before you actually go out sharing that, though. It's one thing sharing that, though, no problem. Public figure type thing, though, I get it. You want to share and, people can get inspired or whatever. But basically, though, take the necessary steps to do that on your own time first. And, don't need to share everything, though. Because not everything is meant to be shared, to be real, though. And I ain't shaming her. I ain't hating, no. And I'm not for her and I'm not against her. I'm just keeping it honest I'm keeping it real, though. That's it.
That's how I feel, Drip. I'm not for her or against her. I don't know if she's telling the truth or not, but she's a public figure. She put all this out there, so people are gonna watch. Let me ask you, Drip, this before we move on, Drip. When you take a wife, is she going to be a woman that wears a hijab, or are you okay with her wearing regular clothes?
I mean, she can wear regular clothes, though, and if she's covered, though, and she's wearing the hijab, she can wear hijab over normal clothes, though, the abaya or the neck or the jalabia type of thing, though. That's just basically, you don't have to wear that, though, all the time, though. It's up to you what you want to wear. It's up to her what she personally wants to wear, but at the same time, as long as you're covered, though, that's the only thing that matters, though. And I'm not going to really speak too much on that, though. I mean, look, it's her body, her type of choice, though, but as long as she, as all I have to do, though, is respect her type of decision as well, though. It's between her and God when it comes to that type of thing, though. And if she feels more empowered, though, wearing covered clothes and she's wearing the hijab, you can wear here, she could wear her hijab in normal clothes, though, and Any clothes, any street clothes or what normal clothes, you can wear that hijab over that. You can just basically you can wear normal clothes and wear the hijab as well. My mom does it as well though, so you don't have to actually do that all the time though. Actually though, it's up to you though what you do. So that's just a very simple answer though I can give you.
Yeah, you mentioned your mom, because I was going to ask you about that, but I didn't want to be nosy, so I was still going to leave
No,
it
you
alone.
can ask me. Nothing though is going to offend me when you ask me that. If you're nosy a bit though, you can ask me that though if you want.
Yeah. So you're saying you don't have to wear that job to prove or to be Muslim, but it's
I
your
mean,
choice
it's yes,
to
it's a personal choice, but once you choose to wear the hijab, then you have to commit to it, though. So like once you choose it, though, then it's your commitment, though. I can't make someone wear something that they can't, though. I can request it, though, or suggest it, though. It's up to her whether she wants to do it or if she don't want to do it. It's a personal decision. Say in the home. See, if you don't wanna, you don't have to wear it in the home all the time. If you wanna go out publicly wearing it, it's one thing though. But in the home, if you wanna take your hair out or like basically show it though in your home, that's different though. Outside, that's different though. But if you wanna wear it though, and it's a commitment though. Just think about it like that. It's a commitment, and if she feels empowered wearing that though, I'm going to respect that.
Yeah. So do you have any preference for when you get married? Do you want your wife to wear this, or you're kind of just, it's up to her?
I mean, it's both though, actually. I'd like to have her wear that, but at the same time, I just know it. I have to think about me. Marriage is about compromise, sacrifice type thing, no. So when it comes to her, I'm going to respect her decision because it's between her and God. And if she feels that if she wants to wear it,
Mm.
and it's within. The true hijab is within, not just a piece of cloth around your head. Yes, wearing the head type of thing is a good thing though. That's showing respect for me, but it's not just about me. It's not about me being selfish though, and that type of thing though. So basically my
Yeah.
preference for, if I want a wife to help inshallah in future though, what I want though, the full package or like full character and everything. I can give you stuff that I actually like to have in future though, is basically the best. She can be whatever it is she wants to be, as long as she's a practicing Muslim. Her faith, her character, her intelligence, the looks to a certain degree, though. Her loyalty, her determination, though, and yeah, that's like about 4 or 5 things I can list. There's a very big list though, but for me, 4 or 5 things that I've listed, that's just what I expect though. And me myself though, hopefully I can reach those types of requirements as well though, hopefully, man. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not there yet though, but I'm on the way there though. And that's why I want a wife as well. If she wants to wear the hijab, that's fine. No, I respect that. And that's fine. I respect that though. I'm going to respect the decision. It's not just wearing the hijab only. If you want to cover up though, also though, I'm not going to, force that. It's up to her what she want to do or not. I'm going to respect it. And khalas, that's it. Her decision.
Yeah, Jim, I'm really excited for you for when you do get a wife. Are you going to? I know you do a lot of social, YouTube, and you're on a bunch of different panels, and you're also a content creator. Are you going to bring your wife on YouTube, or are you going to keep that separate?
That's up to me though,
Thought about
basically.
that?
I'll be real with you. That's up to me though, but then it's also up to her. It's not just about me though. Like,
Oh,
it's not just up to me, it's up to her as well. If she feels like she wants to show herself, or if I want to go ask permission from her though, she wants to be shown though, then yeah, I'll be cool with showing her though. I wouldn't mind sharing though, of course, but it's not always about me. Yes, it's my platform, my type of thing, my type of stuff that I'm doing. If I want to show and you want to meet her, that's fine. But I also gotta respect her decision also, if she feels comfortable though, because it's not just about me always. It's about sacrifice also though. That's just what I know.
I know that you're going to be a great husband when you get to that point, because you're already thinking about how she's going to feel. And a lot of
Yeah.
people are really selfish.
Yeah,
But
because
you're going
it's
into it with the right mindset.
yeah, it's also character, personality, and type of stuff like that. I'm gonna hope for that as well. I just gotta also work on myself also though. And also when I get married, hopefully inshallah that person can also bring that type of energy also. So basically for me, the truth is no matter who I choose, it's what I put out is what I get back. So basically if I'm putting
Mm-hmm.
out I'm trying to put out good positive energy so I can get out good positive results because we are subconscious and conscious beings. So that's why I'm trying to put out positive energy and wish for the best. Of course, it's not just about wishing for the best and putting out positive energy. Also, I gotta do the work. I'm gonna do the work regardless, no matter what. But I'm also, thinking positive and hoping for it, and also praying for it also, though. So when it happens, though.
Well, Drip, it's gonna happen for you one day. Let's get back into this video. Let's play a little bit
Okay.
more. And if you need me to stop it, Drip, just let me know. I'm so glad you came up today to like really give us insight
Okay.
on this topic from the inside. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, of
everybody's
course.
saying what they think, but you're giving them real information from your perspective, from what you know at this current point in time.
Yes, of course. Personal perspective and personal opinion also, and the experiences I lived, but I'm also giving a very simplified answer for that. I'm giving a very simplified answer because I'm on a journey to study more and learn more because there's more for me to learn as well. And I'm not qualified for certain, questions though to be asked. It's not that I don't have no faith in me. I've got full faith, confidence, everything, man. But that's between me and God. And God feel like though I'm not there yet. Though I'm basically, progressing there though. And I'm not going to spread misinformation like that. So I'm just saying, look, do your research though, and basically, do your research and try to understand the simple fundamentals though, so no misunderstandings, no misinformation gets spread, because we have to be careful what we say online, because I know the same things I say here will be used against me later on in life though. So I'm trying to actually put out good positive stuff, hopefully inshallah, that it don't
Drip, you
affect.
ain't telling no lies. They gonna pull up a clip and be like, "Remember when you said this?" And
No,
that's
I know.
exactly what's going on
I'm
with
not
Kevin
wishing
Gates.
for that. I'm not with you for that, but I'm just being very real honest though. That's just how you know what this life is about though, be honest. And also on Judgment Day as well, I'll be asked questions about my life though, not her life and not his life also. I'll be asked about my life though. Questions about my life. How did I spend my life? How did I basically worship God? And the questions will be also asked is who's your God? Who's the man sent to you? What's your faith? And how do you spend your life?
Yes, amen, amen. Let me play a little bit more of this video, Drip. Let's get back into it.
Okay.
Calm seas never made a skilled sailor, so I have been having fun sharpening my sword and learning along the way. I feel free. Like, I do not belong
I
to this
got a
world.
question
This
though
world
to
did not
ask
give me
you.
my joy.
What's up, Drip?
I was gonna ask the question, what do you think of her character, the way she's talking in this video though? Because look, I get it though, she's new and I ain't gonna excuse that though. It's up to her when it comes to that type of thing though. But be honest though, how do you think her character is? Because yes though, when you're kind of new and you're doing this type of thing, it's not just basically saying the words and stuff like that and dressing a certain way and you're like that. Yes, that's first part though to do that, and also learning all that. Yes, that's the first part. It's also your character though, how you talk, how your personality is, how you treat others. That's also the simple fundamentals of the faith as well. But yeah, this is the simple stuff I just know. And you can ask, if you see anyone else though who's a Muslim as well, ask them the same question. They can give you a different answer because they have more knowledge than me. And I'm not putting myself down. I'm just being truly honest though. Very honest, very real, and
It kind of sounds like she's talking like it's a joke, but I have not watched a ton of her content. But just from that little clip, she was saying like it was funny. But that's my perspective. We don't know. Only time will tell. But
yeah,
she
me neither.
joke.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither though. But do you also feel like the people she hangs around also? I'm not judging, no. I ain't hating, judging, or, slandering, nothing like that. I'm just basically asking the question, though, and a perspective slash opinion, though. And I'm just saying a disclaimer. I know this is your type of thing, and I have to put no disclaimer out here, but, just gotta say what I gotta say. Because, look, that's just how it is, man.
She's talking like it's a joke, but only time will really tell whether her faith is true. But to
Yeah, that's
divorce
right.
after 52 days, that's
Yeah,
when
I
everybody will get too wild. Whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jewish, like whatever you are, 52 days, that's a little cray. Let's be honest here, Drip. Did she really? She said she gave 100%. Does it look like 100% when you put in less than a year? Like,
Yeah, I'd probably say, I don't know, I can't really judge that though. I'm gonna say 100% in the physical aspect though, but how do you perceive it inside though, and how you basically talk slash speak, and how your character is, and supposed to be humble as well though. Supposed to humble yourself as well though while you do that though. Like, okay, look,
she
that's
don't look like
between
she's
her and God,
humble
but
at all.
wait, she ain't humble
Mm.
though.
She don't look like she's humble, but she wants to share her journey with the world. Maybe it is to inspire other women. Um, or
Look,
maybe
I
it
thought,
is to gain money. Who knows? Hey,
yeah, but
Uncle Cass, what's going on? He said, "Hey, sugar."
what's the
And that's
salute
how you
though?
know the world class is older. Because you don't
Okay,
hear sugar from nobody
that's like
young.
a little bit more than me in some aspects, though, and I'm really real enough to admit that, though. I mean, look, he's smart, though. I admit that, though, as well. I'm saying, though, it's like some aspects, though, as well. I know there's people that know a bit more than me, and I'm a born Muslim myself. But I'm real enough to admit that, though. My whole life, I got my whole life to learn a lot, though, and I'm honest about that. You get some people who basically think though, you get some people who think they know everything. No, I ain't like that though. I'm trying to
And
learn
that's
though,
the
man.
problem with Kevin Gates. He acting like he know everything. But Drip, let me play a little bit more of this video and
Okay,
let's really
sorry.
look at her behavior. Let's see. Let's get back into the video though.
And it can't take it either. And alhamdulillah for that. I just love it. So your little updates. I hope all is well.
When God called me to the word, man, I took the vow to Nazarite, man. I was on the vow to Nazarite for 17 months. I mean, I was off the scene. People thought I was in prison or something. And listen, and I'm a man, I was staunch about it. Every day I was on the mission. Every day I was in the word. When I separated myself, bro, I took a deep dive into it. It could have taken 3 years. I already had a little money saved up, so I had money to live off, so I was able to do it all day and just be focused on it. What if I had been a man with a 9 to 5? It would have taken me 3 years, 3.5 years. So how
Oh,
this
wait,
woman 1 month?
Hey, what's
sorry.
up, Drip?
Oh, so I was about to say also though as well though, okay, look, that's fine though. They both, proud to be who they are, proud to walk in their faith. That's one thing. Pride is one thing. You're being proud of who you are, and I can respect that in a way. However, at what cost, man? You're not supposed to dwell on your pride though. Don't basically get consumed by it. Look, yes, be proud, be confident, be all of that. But one thing that you're not supposed to do is you're supposed to dwell on that type of emotion. Don't be consumed by that type of thing though as well. And I'm not saying that but what do I know though? I'm just a young 23-year-old who's
You
a
know
Muslim
a lot.
virgin trying to learn stuff.
Drip, you got more sense than a lot of people. You follow religion and that's how live your life. People out here moving free in the world. You know a
Yeah,
lot, Drip. Don't gotta play yourself.
sorry. Continue, sorry.
Yeah, but Drip, you know a lot, and I feel like you have a lot that you can share with people, and that's why I'm glad that you're a content creator. I'm glad you be hitting these panels.
Okay, appreciate that though. I just believe I also believe in a way though. I'm saying it in a very humble, respectful way. I feel like I'm naturally tapped into my spiritual side. That's just how I feel. I feel I'm naturally tapped in. However, also I gotta practice also though. I've gotta practice no matter what, daily. I gotta practice though and work on myself regardless though, humble myself, I also know that between me and God is actually, the one in control of everything though, man.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it on that type of thing. But at the same time, no, to me, I'm also just, understanding and, making understanding, respecting, and, being a little more confident in myself. And I believe I'm naturally tapped in to my spiritual side because the way I was born. I'm not saying nobody like that though, and, no out of context type thing. When I say I feel like I'm naturally tapped in spiritually, I just feel the way I was born because I'm a high vibrational being the way I was made. It's just I process things differently. I know I'm different, but at the same time, no, it's just that the time I'm just adjusting to the environment I'm around, though, and
Yeah.
depends. I appreciate that.
Drip, let me play some more of this video. This is Kevin with Pretty Renters. They made a whole bunch of videos, but let's get back into this.
Made a buyer to give them everything they need except a closer. You need to pull one over. You think that you gonna leave with all my business? Yeah. I might have to play them a little closer. Now we in Malibu, maybe back to back, have an Admatech. Call the troops, pull up with some shit, make you do acrobats. You think that I'm finished because I'm done? Say, little baby, how you get so fucking far? Go check your Apple Maps. Foreign exchange it. Kurt Cobain and Maybach, I might pull up brainless. Man, come on, man, I'm Teflon. You know I'm bulletproof. These niggas ain't that dangerous. A lot of pros and cons when you rich and famous. What up?
If you ignore who a woman is, you deserve the consequences and repercussions that come from allowing that woman into your life.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but stand your ground. It's sacred. So when you stand your ground, you stand in your truth. When you stand in your truth, you stand in your power. And when you stand in your power, I've come to a place where I've just accepted that my light is so bright that it causes all of the roaches to scatter in places they thought they could hide. It's just me being me. It just causes such an uproar. Like,
is that Brittany Renner? She looks way different. This is when she went to Club Shay Shay. She had done a bunch of stuff in the media. One thing like Drip said, these videos live forever. People will save this ammo, then later on in life, bring it back up. And that is exactly what's going on. Let me take this video out. Drip, let me get your thoughts on everything we just saw. I'm going to pull up that video of Kevin.
Okay. But the only song I ever knew of Kevin Gates, though, before that, though, I knew about him. I know about him and stuff like that, though. But when I follow that type of music stuff, the only song I ever did know about him before that, though, is Two Phones, though. His only famous song that I only knew, though, Two Phones, though, because that's what he was known for. Before that, though, he was known for saying, I got two phones.
I have a phone call that I have to get, so we're actually going to go on a quick break. And I'll be back here in a second. Okay? Thank you. Hold
Okay,
on, Drip,
cool.
okay?
Okay.
We are back. Thank you guys for holding. Let me remove this out of here. Thank you guys so much. I had an important phone call I had to get to. Drip, what were you saying? And do you want to tell us about your YouTube channel?
Sure. So basically, what I do on my channel though is UK hip hop content. Though I basically spread UK hip hop culture, the content, different aspects to UK hip hop, explain what the artist is, different aspects of the culture though as well. And basically, I do voiceover content though in the video shorts. So I just show you different clips of the artist though and how talented they are, and basically spreading the love, spreading the culture though as well though. And that's what I do though as well. Sometimes I might mix it up though. Like I might show you some faith-based stuff. So it's faith-based artists as well. It's related to what I do. Basically, music-related content, and that's it. But that's what I mostly do though. I used to do a variety of things, but I'm stuck to music though, and I enjoy that type of thing anyways.
Yes. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Drip Show. I did drop his link in the chat. What's going on, Mook? He said, what's popular, family? He said, I'm a little late, been watching Diddy trial. Bro, that trial is crazy. I talked about it last week. Do y'all want me to talk about Diddy again? Y'all let me know. And I agree with this statement. No, Kevin Gates got some bangers and been hot for a while. Satellites, Love Bug, Out the Mud, Two Phones. Look. Me and Mook been with Kevin Gates for a minute, and that's why we are so
I'm not gonna deny that. Sorry, I was just gonna say to cut you off. I was gonna say, look, I ain't denying that. Look, he may be talented when it comes to music type of thing that as well. I'm just saying, me personally, on what I know him mostly from. I'm not going to deny that. I can actually go back and listen now and see what you mean, no, and researching that type of thing. No, look, I can give props when it's due though, but I'm also gonna be real as well. And I see where you're coming from as well, though. So look, I get you on what you're saying, though.
Yeah, and Kevin Gates got some bangers. I love his. Oh my goodness, Broken Love. Look, me and Mook could have been friends. Because when I be riding, I be playing Kevin Gates songs. Even now, he came out with Super General. I like that song. I like Kevin's music. Sometimes I wish these rappers would just not talk. Just give us some music, and we don't want to hear your commentary. Because when they start talking, you start noticing how weird they are.
Or basically, when talk, they'll basically just be given a script on what to talk about, though, only. Like, basically, give them just a script on what to go by. Okay, fine. If you want to say what you're going to say, that's fine. But also, regulate it, though, basically. Like, do you also feel like, okay, look, when they actually do talk, though, when they talk, that's fine, though. That's one thing, though. They want to say what they want to say. But also, the host of those shows should actually basically cut them off and say, look, we ain't talking about that and stuff like that though. But look, I get you what you're saying though. The app is of course they responsible, but at the same time the host is also responsible for the show and what type of content they want. And I get it. They want the number, they want they want the numbers and they want traction. And I get that. But they're also accountable for who they are on the platform.
They sure are. And Mook said Kevin Gates is a great artist, but a terrible man and even worse Muslim. Mook, I would like for you to hit the panel and tell us your thoughts on why you think Kevin Gates is not a good man. I also have the video here, Drake, that we're gonna review together. And this is 12 minutes of Kevin Gates out of pocket. And like I said, just give us the music and stop talking, okay?
Okay, that's fine. Wait, but do you feel like that when he's talking, he should only just talk about the music only, though? Or just, he's not just doing music only, he got business too. Do you just want him to just, when he do talk, do you just want him to just do it strictly business, no personal type of stuff, so he says or whatever? Just when you talk and when you go to them interviews, just keep it business. Strictly business.
I want you to read off of a script and I want your PR team to help you. So Mook said, I'm at work at the moment. You gotta catch me on like a Friday, Saturday night. Okay. Mook has come out here before, so he may, but Mook know what I'm talking about, and we are day one Kevin Gates fans. And we are so mad that he has
That's
allowed his personal shenanigans to overshadow the music. But
yeah.
people love clout, like you said, Drip.
Wait, but also I was gonna say as well though, when it comes to true faith as well, they say true faith is within though, and also true faith is about balance though. Yes, worship God. Yes, practice it. Yes, basically do all the things to please God, but at the same time, God wants you to live your life also though, not just for Him only, but also for yourself as well. So you're supposed to balance, this world and that and the hereafter. Don't partake in everything. Of course, don't partake in everything. You can't balance everything though. But I'm saying when I say balance though, balance yourself though. What you can control though, basically. You are responsible for you. So balance yourself. That's what I said though. True faith is also about balance also. And control what you can control, and that is you.
But Drip, I'm gonna play these clips of Kevin Gates
Okay,
talking
go ahead.
crazy, and you're gonna see what me and Mook talking about. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not saying that he's not Muslim. I cannot speak to that. But the way what he's saying is not matching the actions, or it's not matching. It doesn't match. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying. But here we go, y'all. Let's get into the video.
sorry, I can't.
Come
Me
on, a
neither.
bitch did 1,000 dicks before she met me. If I love you, I love you. I ain't tripping on where your pussy been.
Okay.
It's for me now. If you gonna give it to me.
I feel like
God, kill my children. Murder all of them right now. If I'm lying. Kill them all. Punish them. Stretch them out. Like you talking to somebody who never had an STD. I pray before I have sex. Like, my dick don't even.
Hey, never even heard Kevin Gates say on all this crazy stuff. And
Like if
it's
I'm
hard to
fishing
listen.
or somewhere outside.
It's hard to listen to because it's like, what are you talking about? Why are you saying that? Why?
Oh
Oh,
man.
sorry, Drip. I hit the mute button on accident. We're gonna fast forward past that part. See, I don't even be listening to what everything Kevin Gates saying because it's just so crazy.
That is weird though, man. That is very weird though,
Why would
man.
you even talk about your kids being unalive? Period.
Yeah, I agree with you though. I also, there are plenty of rappers in the UK who are Muslim though, and yes, though, when what they wear and what they say, I know that I don't show that they are, but they are very self-aware of what they're doing, and they're trying to basically go on their own journey. And comes, they basically do it in a private way, though, in a way, or when they have references to it, though, they do that though, but they don't like him though. They just basically like, look, we're just talk what we gotta talk, say what I say, but at the same time, though, they mostly have the strictly business though. Give you one example. There's a UK rapper called Young Adz, the one half of D Block here. He's Muslim, no, but he does this. Most of his socials though is for business purposes only. Like he might share a little bit here and there about him and whatever, but it's business purposes only. And he got his wife not to do TikTok no more. It's not that he's not trying to control, it's basically trying to protect his wife. Young Adz is married. He's trying to protect his wife. Because look, he's famous, he's rich, and like basically evil eye on her, and if everything like that. He's trying to protect
Yeah.
her. They had that conversation and she agreed to it. He said, look, he's not hypocrite evil. The only reason he has those shoes though is because he's a rapper and he's got business to deal with though, Like he's only using social for
Let me
business
play some
purpose.
more of this
But
video, Drip, and we're gonna see what else he got to say. Y'all, Kevin Gates is tripping. I don't even know what he be talking about. He don't even know what he talking about. But let's play some more and we're gonna react to some more. Hold on, Drip.
It just made me feel free. We on our land, babe. I'm about to deal with you. The animals do it. God put us here to be like this. We wasn't born with clothes on. We were born naked. Clothes make you weak. That's my life a movie.
Okay, so you cheated in the past.
And that's another narrative people always go with.
You had a whole sex tape.
You did that to her. That wasn't me. That was a clone.
Even Carissa, is that her name? Young Miami was looking at him like, what? So he just apparently went on this interview and was wilding out. Let's play some more.
That was a whole clone, but you know, that's the type of shit they do to me. Cause if I get nigga right now, I don't look nothing like that. I got
Right? Bro, I don't know what Kevin get. I don't know. Like, he's alleging that he's clean now, he's sober, but it don't look that way. He was not talking like this before the fame. Like, what is going on with Kevin? Kevin, come back to us. Even she's looking like, what? I can't even watch this interview before.
Yeah, that's fine. That's one thing. You being Muslim, you want to change and everything, but it's not just basically saying you're Muslim as well and doing that, doing it private. Yes, do it private, but you also publicly have to do it too. You don't have to talk about it though when you do it in a public way. When you actually practice it in public though, it's about how you move. And it's not about how you talk or basically going around saying everything. It's not all about that though as well. It's also how you move in the public also and how you treat people and how your faith is. Faith is not just with the outside, it's also within though. True faith is within and it's about balance.
I'm scared to even play the rest of this interview. Hey sis, how you doing? She said, hey sis, that Negro smoking that Buddha drugs. I know he's done. I can't even pronounce that. Kevin Gates, I don't know what is going on. Even she is looking at him like, this is an uncomfortable smile. What he's saying is so outlandish that it's making her uncomfortable. And this is what he said on the interview that he knew was going to go out to millions
Well,
of people. Let me play some more. Let's see if we can take it, y'all. I don't even know.
a bedroom body. That nigga, that was cheesing.
So he's saying the guy in the SCF tape wasn't him, which is crazy. Here we go.
I mean, not finna come and tell me that because I'm gonna burn the house down.
You gonna kill him in his sleep?
What?
So I'm gonna wake up and you gonna have that knife and be like, babe, talk to me. What's going on?
Yeah, because you're not finna come and
Who I
tell me.
want you right now.
Routine.
I don't know. Is this, did he do all this in one interview? That's just what I want to know. He said all this in one interview, Kevin. What is going on with you? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, but you know,
I said, just put the music out, don't talk. We don't need no interviews.
I was gonna say that. Do you think when they do interviews, they'll give them a script though, or basically follow advice from the PR team though, or basically just say, look, you can talk, say what you gotta say, but we're only talking about business though. Like basically though, just strictly talk about strictly music or strictly business, nothing personal. Or if it is personal, don't overshare. I feel like probably the host though, not just because you have to do it, but the hosts have to be responsible too, because you gotta hold them hosts also responsible as well. Though it's not just the guy who says it too. Not words is words. No, whoever says it, or not the reflection of that person. But at the same time, that the platform is. That's the person's platform, and they're responsible for that. So that's what I feel the host should do. The host should take some kind of responsibility too.
I agree with you. It should be on the host and the artist. You share what you want to share, and he wanted to share everything. Let's see if we can take some more, y'all. Let's go.
I like for a woman to piss in my face.
Whoa. Okay, all right. That's enough.
Okay, I feel like nah, please no more. Actually, fair now.
What? Kevin, I don't know. Okay, y'all, we cannot take any more of that interview. That was that was enough. You want somebody to do what on your face?
Like, why am I here? No, man. I'm a virgin. I want my hair. No.
We got a clip. We got a clip. 907 Diddy. He came in talking like Diddy. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? So, okay, y'all. I did not. I see. That's why I be trying to vet the videos. I did not vet that one. Drip said he wanted to see something that he said that was outlandish.
I just wanted to
That's
see
what he
what
was
you said,
saying.
though. I'm not denying what you think. I just wanted to see a little bit of what you had to say, though, like what you're talking about. Because look, I want to actually, hear a little bit, not too much, though. Because look, I'm not going to deny what you're saying. I'll take your word for it, but I want to see too.
I'll be honest. I never even saw that clip. He said some other stuff that I thought was crazy, but then it's like that stuff, then this stuff. He just be talking crazy, and he didn't used to be like that. I can definitely say that I do feel like Kevin Gates, in my opinion, is too far gone.
Wow.
We're never going to see the old Kevin Gates back.
Wait,
He's crossed over.
any old interviews though before he was famous? I know it's hard to find them though since it's buried under so much though. But have you actually seen very, very old ones though, like before he made it though?
I have not looked up old interviews. I just remember the Kevin Gates from when he first started to now.
Wait, like basically
I'm
when
scared to look up any more interviews, Drip. I might have to vet these interviews on my own because he's
oh
talking
sorry,
crazy.
oh sorry.
I'm gonna show
Okay,
y'all the videos that I know for sure are okay that I've already watched.
probably my bad though for
um,
but I was very curious though as much as you, so I gotta,
no, you
I just
didn't do anything wrong. We didn't know Kevin Gates was gonna say all that and
yeah.
craziness.
I know people talk about it though, but also you wanted to see for yourself. Also, you're much as curious as me, so probably who knows later on. No, probably next time. No, would you actually show some of them old interviews before he was famous? Because then we can actually see what he was like before he was famous. Or I'm going to have to literally look for before he was famous though, and what he was like though. I'm not going to deny what you're saying. Wait, so is it like he started in 2007 or is it 2008 he started?
Yeah, I don't really remember the year off the top of my head. I just know I was like 16, listening to some of his songs, and I really liked his music. And I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about this couple again. And then at that point, I can go more into the backstory. But what I want to do is I want to vet the videos before I'm live on air so that I
Okay.
know what is going to be said. But Kevin Gates was different. He was not like that. If he was talking like that from the beginning, I would never have followed him. I don't follow people like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's talking.
No, I get it though.
He's nuts though now. Hey, Joanne.
I
Joanne said
probably
hello,
feel like
everyone.
this though. When you're saying he was
Manny,
an actress before the fame, I just probably do you actually probably feel like he just let the money go to his head? That's one thing though. He became much
everybody
famous when
does.
he changed his life
I
though.
think everybody does.
Okay.
And then
No.
hello, everyone. Manny Ruiz back to court on July 3rd. And if you guys don't remember who Manny is, we did an episode talking all about it. He's one of the two YouTubers that was arrested the other way because he was arrested because he unalived two YouTubers. They had a feud going back and forth. And I also want to talk about that story again, just because there's so much new evidence that's coming out and so many layers to the story. Yesterday, for Time for Tea, we got into that. Manny is saying it's self-defense. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But
Okay.
I think that that's a great idea to kind of go into the backstory of Kevin Gates. I'm pretty sure we will be hearing more about them, and so we will probably talk more about it next week. And I will show you guys more clips of Kevin Gates before.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
So you
Anyway,
can
I'm gonna try. I know I did nothing wrong. I'm saying what I'm gonna say, but I gotta try and calm. Okay, I'm gonna calm down a bit. Though. I'm getting way too passionate. I'm getting way too excited. Nothing wrong with that though, but I gotta relax a little.
Yeah, because these people are not our lives, and we're gonna go into this other video. I have watched this one. His content is not crazy, like that. That was just whoop. Okay, but here we go, y'all. We're gonna get into this video. This is brought to us by O'Shea, who makes great content. And then
Him.
after this, we're gonna move on to our next subject, which is 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Yeah, let's get into this video, y'all.
Somewhat in limbo. They've been divorced for about 2 weeks, but they have 90 days to get it back together. Now, in this period of time, Brittany Renner is to have no contact with other men, and she explains it in this format.
You got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant, because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married. And then during those 90 days, you are not to entertain anybody romantically. So what I will say is that Islam has made my life a lot easier. I think even with this transition and things changing, honestly, it's like, I don't think anybody gets married to not stay married. So I think my biggest thing for me is this is a nice 90-day reset, just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. And what I also will add is that I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say in this world.
Now, she says at the end, she followed her heart, and she did exactly what many people do not do. And there's nothing wrong with following your heart, but you also got to follow.
I'm actually gonna pull up another video because that one has music in the background, so I don't want to get in any kind of trouble.
Okay.
Rip, what do you think of so far?
I mean, look, I get what she's saying, though, but at the same time, it's not always the case like that, though. I mean, look, there are certain reasons to be divorced as well, though, in a way that's, it's also interesting as well. I didn't get to tell as well, though. I know, though, the intimacy part is not everything, though, but if the husband cannot please the wife in that type of aspect, for one example, though, the husband cannot please the wife, though, in an intimate way, though. If the husband can't please her, though, then she can divorce him, though. I know, even though, it's not always it's not everything, though, but that's one example of how it can happen, though, as well. So this is very interesting. What she's saying, though, she's right in a way, but also the way she moves in and everything like that. It is what it is. I'm not going to say too much on it, though, because, look, I'm not going to say too much on it, and that's that, man.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because honestly, we don't know what was actually going on in the inside. We are just on the outside speculating. But I think this is a good idea why it's a good well, this is a good reason why everything is not everybody's business. But they live a relationship, it looks like, in the public. And when you do that, it does open you up to criticism. And that's what we see what's going on here. So I'm looking for a different video to show us because that one had a little bit of background music. I'm gonna pull up this one. But yes, y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. In the meantime, we do have a goal. We get 5 super chats, $5 or more. We will do a barbecue today. Okay, so I'm gonna take this video down really quick. I'm gonna take this video down. Let me see. But y'all hit the like button. What do y'all think so far, chat? What's going on, chat? What do y'all think so far? And shout out to Lady coming through. Lady been watching from the clouds. She said she a 304. She pretty. His ass knew how she was. But Kevin's hands is not clean either. If you ask me. Kevin's hands ain't clean either. But we're gonna play the money video. Shout out to Lady for coming through with the $1.99. Always supporting the channel. Always supporting the channel. Let's get into it. Here we go. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Okay, and Lady said, wait, $5. But shout out to Lady. Thank you so much for always supporting. She said, didn't get the memo, laugh aloud at $2 for now. And she said, so do I get a barbecue plate delivered to me? Blaze gonna pop out. I will not give you the plate, but I will give you all the recipes. That is what I can assure you. I will give you all the recipes. And shout out to Drip. We have Drip up here, someone that is born Muslim, kind of, giving his insight from his perspective about being Muslim, but he still encouraged you guys to all do your research on your own. And you know what? I always encourage people to do their research as well. Okay, so I have another video that we're gonna watch, kind of summing up the Brittany Renner thing. And y'all know me, I stay out of topics like this, but we gotta talk about this one because first of all, I really care for Kevin Gates. That was one of my favorite rappers. Even now, I still be bumping his old stuff. But I do not like the way that Kevin Gates has been out here moving on these streets. I don't like it. I played a little bit of the interview. We couldn't even finish it. We couldn't even finish it because it was so crazy. And some of the things that he was saying was like, what? We couldn't even finish, y'all. That's how crazy Kevin Gates done got. Yeah, so shout out to Drip. Look, y'all better stop. Y'all think I'm holding anti-Massey, and if you pop out and y'all see what y'all gonna say then. She said Massey eating good in Alaska, so we don't know. No. Now, if Massey subscribed to the YouTube channel, he will get the recipes. He's supposed to be in hiding. Ooh, there's some breaking developments on that story as well. Okay, we're gonna go to a brief commercial and brief break. And All right. I am back, y'all. I'm having all type of stuff going on. My bad. Your girl is back. Your girl is back. But no, Massey is not in Alaska, and he is not eating good. But y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me see. Let me see. Who you talking about, lady? Do your husband know that? Oh, you talking about Kevin? And then later, I bet he got a barbecue plate with his name on it. No, you didn't, girl. Mm-mm. But I have another video here talking more about the Kevin and Brittany Renner situation. And I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to play that. Nah, he ain't eating good over here, but somebody is feeding him. I do agree with that. In the video that I showed you guys, he looked very healthy. Okay, this video is brought to us by MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. And this was some of the interview that Brittany Renner did. That sparked controversy. So let me play that. Y'all, we got a lot going on today. We got a lot going on today. Go. Let's get into this video. Let's see what they got.
Good to see you, Brittany.
Good to see you too. I was
T awards, by the way.
So, you know, yeah, there's a lot of changes in your life.
I have. Alhamdulillah for that.
The mindset that it takes to go from this, to be a public figure and have to fully rebrand yourself, mind over matter. This is Brittany Renner, a newly reverted Muslima who is showing her journey to the world. She has so courageously been public with her transition and submission to Islam, even being open and honest about her celibacy and how she won't even touch a man unless she's married. Kevin Gates, also a revered Muslim, seems to be the one she has chosen. There is no dating in Islam, and this is their first public appearance together. She has been all smiles in every appearance that we've seen them together, but what does it say about her mentality? From the modeling contracts to brand deals, she has had to fully navigate a mindset that supersedes what people think of her. It takes mindset, self-worth, deep reflection, vision setting, and undefeated trust from the Most High to boost your brand and boost your business.
So you were, I tried to give you a hug earlier.
Yes.
And you were like,
access denied.
You can't do hugs.
You know.
This is part of your faith.
Yeah, and I mean, just what makes me comfortable. Like,
No,
I don't
you know. I'm trying to make you uncomfortable.
No, yeah. I mean, I think for me, it's like, in my mind, I'm kind of like, why is any man giving me a handshake, a hug?
Yeah,
a
I was like, what about and we did this.
We did this.
Air high five.
Because I just feel like there should be no man touching me except my husband.
Mr. Gates. Yeah. Are you guys married?
Why she look down?
Or is this like a yeah, I don't know how does this, I mean, first of all, Kevin's the best.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep her. He's a great guy. Very, very, very. Is he still? Are you guys?
I think at this point he is trolling because Kevin does not seem like he's a great guy. Anybody that has been watching and been following, he is trolling at this point. Telling some Kevin's a great guy. No, he's not. And he looked really, really crazy. And it makes Brittany look questionable because that's who you pick. Yeah, I don't know, y'all, but let's get back into it.
Is he going? Did you release his semen retention?
You tonight. How does it feel to have him stand behind you? And what is it about him that you were like, no, he's the one for me?
His name echoes in every chamber of my heart. And I don't, it's hard to describe a love like that. All I can say is that I'm with the person that I quite literally dreamed of. And to be able to just wake up next to him and spend time with him, even to have him here behind me, it's like so surreal. I'm like, oh my God, I love him.
You need to dream bigger then. If that's the man that you dreamed of, yes, he has money. But you need to dream way bigger than this, homegirl, okay? You dreaming way too small. I don't know. She tripping and he tripping. So do they deserve each other then if they both tripping?
So yeah, he's just the most beautiful person inside and out that I've ever met, and I'm just so thankful that Allah blessed me with him. Okay, first of all, you guys like 3 questions. So
Okay, well, first things first. He was doing semen retention.
Just real quick so that you guys can understand the importance of picking up on body language. When there's somebody that is pressing their lips as often, I mean, it's an habitual thing that she's doing. She's pressing her lips like every other second, specific to talking about her faith, specific to talking about Kevin Gates. You must understand what that means. It often indicates negative emotions, tension, or some type of personal conflict. Pay attention. Let's go.
Last time I saw him, has the retention been lifted?
Okay, well, that's a question you would have to ask him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's wild.
We got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant, because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days.
Hey Joy, how are you doing? Y'all make sure y'all go check out Joy is Real Online, her YouTube channel. She was on right before I got on. She probably still is on. I'm gonna stop by. Y'all, is this woman serious or is she playing games? Is she serious or is she playing games? I don't know, but lady sound like she don't believe the hype. I don't 52 days, y'all. She said she gave 100. Well, she gonna get to it.
It's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married, and then during those 90 days you are not to entertain anybody romantically. So what I will say is that Islam has made my life a lot easier. I think even with this transition and things changing, honestly, it's like I don't think anybody gets married to not stay married. So I think my biggest thing for me is this is a nice 90-day reset, just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. And what I also will add is that I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say in this world. And I have no shame in that. That's why I'm here. BET Awards. As you can see, I'm out here on this blacktop by my
Translation. She followed the bag. That was the translation. She followed the bag. She was like, oh, I'm finna change up so I can get that big bag. And played herself. This was an interview that was done at the BET Awards, and she's going to get into why she's by herself. And I have not heard why yet, lady. I have not heard why. We're going to see, though, is Brittany going to go keep that faith, or is she going to go back? That's going to do a lot to tell us if she's really serious about this. But look at MTR's face. She followed the bag, though.
Myself.
Yeah, I feel like you've always been, I think anybody who ever speaks with you or listens to your long form conversations will have, I feel like you have your misconceptions because obviously you're in tabloids, you're on Basketball Wives, you're on online.
Yeah.
People make their assumptions about you and who you are, but I feel like anybody who's ever heard you speak and articulate yourself knows that you have a great head on your shoulders and you're not some flop. You know what I'm saying? So, so the divorce was like a week ago. Damn. Whoa. That sucks.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany Renner, and I'm here with the one and only Kevin Gates. How you feeling?
Amazing. Hey, thank you. Hey, this I don't care if you get this on camera. I just want to say thank you for being an amazing person, always living in your truth. You inspire others silently. They probably don't want to admit it, but you inspire me. Thank you so much.
And thank you. Let me tell you something. So my first Rolling Loud I did in 2019 is when I first saw you. Yeah. And you were actually, Will and I worked together, and you were the only person that I wanted to see the entire festival. And today in 2022, it still rings true. You were the only person I wanted to see.
Did you like what you saw?
I actually loved it. I actually love what I'm seeing now.
Was that
many plan, but Allah is the best of planners. So I don't question that, and I don't feel like it's a sucky situation because what is meant to be is always going to be,
So you guys end up divorced, and now there's like a 90-day cool-off period. if it reconciles, or you happen to be with child.
No, I'm not with child.
You're not. Okay.
No,
Okay. I don't know. That's what you said.
No, I'm saying that's what the time
The
period is
rule,
for.
the
Yeah,
rule,
yeah,
yeah.
That's why that's in place for that. So it's like,
Yeah.
so basically, if you were to, divorce, and then he's like, oh, it's not mine. So there's the 3 cycles. That's kind of why it's 90 days. 3 cycles.
I can imagine being who you are,
Mm-hmm.
how much courage and how much it takes for you to step out publicly with somebody.
Oh God.
He referred to you as his wife in videos. Is this confirmed? Like, okay, like, not my cousin. Where did y'all get? Okay, so that's what's up. Congratulations. How is it being a wife? Like, what's your favorite part about being a wife?
Being with the person that I love the most. Yeah.
What's wrong with Kevin? Why does he look like that? Like they forced him to be there. Why does Kevin look like that? I've never seen her on Basketball Wives. I don't watch that show that much anymore. I used to when it first came out. I never saw her on there. But what's up with Kevin? What type of drugs is he allegedly on, y'all? Let me know in the chat. What's up with Kevin? They both are some clowns. Lady came back with the 199. She said it's a damn joke. 304 money lover look. Yes. She thought she got the bag. But bro, look at he has a lost look in his eyes. I've seen this from Megan Thee Stallion. We gonna play the money video. We gonna get back into this video. But what is going on with Kevin? Did they snatch his soul? Like, what is the problem? Oh my goodness. Hey, Chibo, what's going on, girl? Watching from the clouds. I saw you in the car with your little ponytail on. You looking all good. Y'all, El Chipo was on here last night trolling. And it was hilarious. Y'all go check out her YouTube channel, subscribe to it. Why does Kevin Gates look like that? What is going on? Do y'all feel like Britney forced him to be there? And that's why he looked like a deer lost in the headlights? But let's play the money video real quick. The shout out lady. Kevin, are you okay? What did they do to you? Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. But they did something to Kevin. They did something to Kevin. And shout out to my lady. And lady said, you don't have to play the money video for me again. Says, look, I'm gonna play the money video because I like the money video. Okay. If y'all support the channel anyway, whether it's $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, or even $20, I'm gonna play the money video for you. Okay. She said he weird. I keep telling you, look, I told y'all he weird. And we played some of his statements. It was crazy. I had to cut it off. But why does Kevin Gates look like this? And she's like, he's the man of my dreams. I always wanted him. This is the man I dreamed of. You need to reevaluate your dreams. Like, honestly, this is crazy. But shout out to the lady making it rain. Y'all go ahead and support the channel so that we can continue to do more of these type of live streams. We can continue to cook and continue to do what we do. But let's get back into this video and let's see what else MTR got to say. Let's see what else Brittany gonna say.
Name echoes in every chamber of my heart. So to be able to experience life with him has really just been a dream come true.
This is that pandering bullshit. Let me also take a step back and say that I had left Brittany Renner alone, all right? I saw she changed up her Instagram, right? She converted to this new faith. And the last time that I did content on her, I said to myself, maybe this is what it took. I mean, she's got a young boy that she's raising, right? Maybe now she's looking at her image as it was been projected for the past several years now, which her career was made by her dancing with a G-string on. That's how people originally got to know her. Then they became much more acquainted with her with the PJ Washington situation. She has gone public speaking about how to trap athletes, wrote books talking about her escapades. She's essentially Superhead Mini-Me. She's taken concepts of Superhead and has transposed that into her own career with this kind of social media spin on top of that. But then even within all of that, I said to myself, maybe I'm off. Maybe this conversion, maybe that's what it takes. Yeah, maybe that's what it takes. And then you come to find out that she converted because a man that she wanted, that was the apple of her eye, wanted her to. Not because she wanted to, but because he wanted her to. Oh, then you come to find out later that that same guy divorced her within a few months. This has got to be one of the biggest L's in all of 2025. So what's going to happen now? You're not with the guy anymore. So are you going to reconvert back? Because I'm sure that she's lost a ton of ad sponsorships and deals, a ton of ad revenue, because she stopped doing the thought content that got her popular, all for a man. Crazy. People like this make an absolute mockery of whatever the definition of marriage is in modern day times today. Talk about a rebrand gone wrong. Let's go.
Are you good?
All is truly well. I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I mean, I could just
Yeah.
imagine,
No.
like,
If I wasn't okay, like I said, I would.
Because I know you, like, you know, like you I feel like you stepping out publicly with somebody is huge for you personally, as for anybody. But you're a public figure, you know, and
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can
Oh,
say. And I think when you do that, you get all of the clarity you need, and there's no stone left unturned. You don't have regret. And I think that's really what, like, a lot of people, like, their issue is, even just in dating, marriage. It's like people don't give it their all. They don't just go for it.
Was it?
You know?
Is
So
it Kevin Gates
I
married?
feel like, but when you do, you're at peace with whatever happens, because it's like I gave 100%. There's nothing. I left it all on the field, on the table, whatever metaphor. But yeah.
Oh, it's a wrap for her
Do you
now.
feel like, first of all, what are some of the things for you? Because I feel like we've kind of seen you, I mean, I wouldn't say grow up, but we've kind of seen you grow up.
You guys have.
Over the last 10, 12 years, however long it's been since you've been a figure publicly. But
13 years.
Islam, how has it changed you, and how has it kind of helped just with you being a public figure? And, like, you know, I feel like we know you to be Brittany Renner. Before that, Bundle of Brittany, and we know that you got on because of the way you look visually, and now I think when you converted to Islam, it took a lot of people off guard. But what are the things that you're able to take from it that, like, you know, are helping you on a day-to-day basis?
This is so crazy.
I would say just even all of the guidelines and different things that are in place. But I think the biggest thing that has been so freeing for me is I no longer belong to this world. I just don't. And there's just so much peace. I feel so content. And I just don't feel like a circus animal anymore.
She was a fairy.
So people don't have to respect it. They don't have to like it. I understand people used to jerk off to my pictures and they miss seeing my ass cheeks and all that other stuff. And I have a gorgeous head of hair. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like the soul always wants to evolve.
Right.
And I feel like I mastered.
What? What is she talking about? That is so sick. Girl, people do not miss you. There are so many Instagram models, people doing the same thing you was doing. They don't miss you. They just think it's funny. But lady brought up a good point. She said the song Really, Really by Kevin Gates is one of her favorite. I did like that song. That was my jam, y'all. We forgot about it. Brittany Renner is out of her mind. Kevin Gates is out of her mind, out of his mind. And honestly, they deserve each other. because they have sold their souls. They are too far gone into this cloud thing. Everything they're doing up until this point, or from now on for the rest of life, is for the cloud. Yes, that song was like he was like sideline. This man, this host, in my opinion, does not believe Brittany Renner and is making a mockery of everything she's saying. And he's making a mockery of Kevin Gates being a good man. He's just here for the clout, or he not the clout, but he's here to get views on the interview. And that's why I said earlier, everything don't need to be for the internet because we really don't care. Okay? This man thinks that she is a joke. He thinks Kevin Gates is a joke. And you can hear it in his voice. Yes, but I like the song really, really. You lying out the mud, satellites too far. I have a whole like playlist of Kevin Gates songs that I love, but I'm mad he's out here talking and running his mouth. Please, that's the song they should have played when they got married, really, really. Or they should have played Stop or the I think it's called Stop Lying or Lying. They should have played that song. And it's just like, I don't know what's going on. This man thinks that this is all funny. You can tell in the tone of voice.
That my soul was crying out for something different to evolve. So it makes my life a lot easier, even just in terms of dressing and wearing hijab, with the way I conduct myself. It is just in complete alignment with where I am going as a woman and, you know, what I want for myself too.
Kevin Gates and Brittany got a divorce. I made a video a while back when he made that statement about Savannah, LeBron James' wife. And I said that he was a warlock. There were a lot of women in the comments talking about, yeah, Brittany, that's his get back. That's gonna be his karma. She can't. She's a hoe, and a hoe is only to help. And a hoe will only stay around as long as they're helpful, and that man is getting what he need up out that hoe. Once he's done with it, he's going to discard her. She no longer served the purpose because she couldn't do what he wanted done, meaning that he really just got with it just to piss off Drake. He wanted to get a reaction from his ex. He possibly wanted to get a reality show. He's doing all of this to be able to get what he wanted.
Has it, because obviously, you know, like you said, your son's birthday's coming up, or is he starting to?
Well, he just turned 4 May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, baby.
How's it affect you as a mother?
Good question.
I mean, it's really like,
like, did he was he like kind of confused? Like, Mom, why are you, why are you?
No. I mean, because like I think one time I wore a niqab, so the niqab is just with your eyes. I'm wearing a hijab. He wasn't fazed by it. You know, he's very used to seeing me in hijab. I've taken it off, I'm at home, you know, off the couch, he'll grab it, here's your hijab. So, yeah, I mean, he doesn't see, he says a lot.
We got a lady in the building. What is going on, lady? What is going on?
What's up? I should have said when they first got married, they played really, really, and then remixed it with Lion. Put it together.
Oh, yeah.
It should have been her whole wedding song. She should have walked down the aisle if she didn't, but they didn't have no wedding because they don't do it like that. But she looked crazy. She looked like a joke, and you see it. She's a 304. You can't turn those into a housewife. She did not transition that fast. She would have to have some self-healing, some some therapy sessions to get over that. Then you don't just transition to Muslim and like cold turkey like that. Especially if you ain't used to living that life like that and having to stop all that shit you used to do. She like her birthday parties. She like birthday parties. She like parties still. But she like Kevin Gates because Kevin Gates is nice looking to her. He's tall. He got all the traits. He got money. So you gonna transition into a Muslim, a Smurf, a little monkey, whatever you need to do, just make that person happy to get where you at. So she was winning for 52 days, living that lifestyle. If she got that chance to spend some of his money. And then it was over. And reality came back. Does she still have that? What they call that Jumanja? The little rap thing? what they call that? Her little
Like,
whole
hijab.
hijab, whatever. That shit is burnt, or she probably turned it to the Goodwill. Is she still wearing it, or is she trying to prove herself?
I think she. So I'm gonna look something up real quick.
Please
This
do.
video was 3 days ago, and then I also have the original interview, and this was a BET award, so I believe this was recent. But let me check the timestamp on the original interview.
Yeah, I seen him at the BET. Ain't gonna lie, he was looking good, but he was looking crazy too with that damn grill in his mouth. He looks weird to me, and y'all, he don't have to stick as a flapjack with a nice body. So he get all goofy all over his body. I seen it for myself.
Okay, so the original interview, and I have that clip here too, but I'm not going to show it because he's already going over some of the points. The original interview was 4 days ago. She's still wearing this hijab, but my thing is this lady, she got to play it up for a little bit.
Yeah, because it's fresh. She told her she was lying, so she's trying to prove it to probably get him back. But after a while, that hijab, whatever, is gonna come off. I'm gonna text you and tell you start the live of a part 2.
You're funny, lady.
Hey, put the title. Lady wasn't lying,
Huh?
and then when you the title should say really, really, lady wasn't lying. She told us.
Okay, we look. When that job come off, we are gonna report on it, and I'm gonna actually get this clip of when you said she was lying.
I'm gonna do the hey. I'm the Jaguar white. When she get into the camera, she was like,
Oh, lady, you so funny. How you feeling today, lady? How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm just not dressed all the way.
Okay.
I might work out on my sports bra or with the Nike, what's the name, and and the Garfield socks.
Lady, you got a chest tattoo? What, lady? Lady, I would not think you would have that.
You gotta work your body out. You feel me? And then I gotta have the Smurf. I mean, not the Smurfs, but the Garfield. You know what I'm saying? I have to put them on. You know, get.
You know who else got a chest tattoo that I was actually very surprised? El Chipo. I was like, what is going on with the the titty chest tattoos? I would not think that you would have one and
No,
El Chipo would have one. I was very surprised.
it's not really on the titty. Like
Yours is more on the chest. You're right.
like right,
El Chipo's was on them.
and it's a dove.
Oh, that's beautiful. Ooh, you got some good ink there.
I know the men, they tell me that, and when I got older, when I started hearing them saying, "Oh, we don't like tattoos," and then I asked a man, and I was like, "I got tattoos. You can't see them though," and they was like, "Oh, where?" And then when I show them a glimpse, they was like, "Oh, yours is sexy, and you can hide yours. You don't look like a doodle pad." So I see the difference.
Yeah.
Who don't like that woman? I was like, "This is my past, and this is me now." You know what I'm saying? I was young. I was dumb, but I can't use that as an excuse for the rest of my life. But that's the truth. This is what I did because my first tattoo was at 16 when I got lady tattoo.
Oh, wow.
But I ain't got no tramp stamp. I almost got one because I was like, that's tight when I was younger. I used to have a tongue ring. I took it out. Even when I was married, I got married young, and I got a tongue ring, but I still took it out when I grew older. You know, because I started realizing, yeah. And I was raised to be a wife and a young lady. But when you get older and you're a PK kid too, and I had a lot of leeway growing up. I wasn't like those PK kids that were sheltered in. I had a life, and I wasn't a 304. I was a good kid, but I wasn't too sheltered in from the world My mama didn't. She wasn't like that. My mama is she real. She real all up into today, and she is 83, looking good, still working.
Okay.
I am black.
I was watching this one show, and they were like, "We don't do hand tattoos." I was like, "I have one." But you know what? All these rules
Yeah, I don't
do
think.
not matter. What matters is the quality of the person.
Yeah,
You
I
know
just
what I'm saying? Like,
have tattoos, but it's if you did it already, that's your past. I'm not gonna look at you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but according to their standards, nobody makes the cut. Let's just be real here.
I know.
Nobody makes it. They don't even make the cut.
You know, lit right?
Lid?
Lost in translation.
No.
From BMU, light skinned that be on the post with BMU.
Oh, I've heard of BMU's like the heavier set dude, right? And he has
Dark,
his
like,
channel is
like,
called
you,
Brutal Reviews. Is that the same one?
Black Man Unfiltered.
That isn't that a network? Or
Yeah,
is it a person?
Black Man Unfiltered Network channel.
I've heard of it through JT because I know he works with them, but I haven't really done a deep dive into all of it.
At it and look at the turning tables one. Go to his live thing and scroll down. When you see turning tables, you're gonna see two men. You're gonna see a dark skin and a light skin, both heavy set. The dark skin is BMU. I thought you knew who BMU was. I thought I met you through BMU. No, I met you through my brother. Huh?
I was like, yeah, I was watching No Captivity with Freezy.
Okay, yeah, brother. I thought you knew BMU, but he's known. He's part of our YouTube family. So I thought you knew who he was. But anyway, he was talking about how women shouldn't what because Lit came from Kevin Samuels. And him came from Kevin Samuels before we got into the YouTube. We was at Kevin Samuels and we was never Kevin Samuels. He was Kevin Samuels' number one moderator. So he kind of think a little bit and he rolled like how he is, but he was talking about the tattoos too. So and I was like, well, if they covered up and it's their past, you should look at women like that and you know what I'm saying, and disqualify them as their wives. That doesn't make it who they are, who they all my tattoos almost I got a second chance tattoo. You know, with the heartbeat with the lines, you know how I got the lines and then it go flat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got half of that with the flat and it got 2 times because God spared my life. Like, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. I got my rest in peace from my dads, both of my dads. You know what I'm saying? And my grandma, and I got my mom name there. I ain't got no man on me except for my last name because it's part of my name I have for 20 years. Navoa. So ain't no man on me.
Yeah, it's weird because they have all these standards, and then these women walking around pregnant and with men. No, but you know what? I don't care what these people think. Nobody makes a cut in their eyes when they're just a bunch of clowns with microphones talking about this and that. If they would have threw me away, 'cause I'm a single mom. I'm a black woman. I got tattoos.
Yes.
They would have been me away, and that doesn't. Who cares?
If you see my cousin,
show us the results of y'all guys. Show us these wives with no tattoos, covered up. Show us the people. I'm with those people. Show me the results or be quiet.
right. And you know what kills me though? What pisses me off? And we was watching this yesterday, me and my husband. To pop the balloon. You know how a lot of men be like, I want my woman natural, don't want this, not that. And then when the women come up there, they call them ugly. Basically, without saying it. It was like that. I'm not attractive. And then one guy was like, you should at least put a little bit, eyeshadow on or something. You know what I'm saying? And when they do it, they're gonna critique you anyway. So You just gotta make sure you happy. You know what I'm saying? And I know when we looking for a man, we hunting. We do things because we listen to them and we try to do things that they like and stuff. But don't. So if you guys want to leave, you can. She's just having some difficulties right now. So I think I'm just gonna drop down, and I think this is the end of the show. Thank you for coming. Foodiegang, gang, gang, gang. Please leave a comment in the comments. We enjoy everybody being here. And please make sure you set your notifications set to all so you never miss a live. And, see you on the next live. We are out. Peace.